Hey Cancer, how are you doing? This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Keep in mind, this is a general read. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. What is going on with the fabulous and most magical Cancerians? What do you need to know? What do you need to see for your highest good? Present time, the Four of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. What's coming towards you? The Four of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. What you are focused on is the Eight of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. And your blockage is Justice, Major Arcana 4, Libra. And your outcome is Temperance, Major Arcana 4, Sagittarius. Okay, Cancer. Let's clarify this and find out what is going on. Present time, you have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is emotionally withdrawn from a person, place, situation. And what's coming towards you is the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands, yes, is the 11-11 card. It is also hitting some kind of midpoint and setting yourself free from some kind of attachment. And the Four of Cups is always, my milk has expired, the milk has curdled. So there's something about longing and desiring for more, something more rewarding and fulfilling, especially with your focus here is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is emotionally purging old patterns, old habits, old outdated beliefs. I'm also getting moving away from anything that is dragging you down or, energetically holding on to you. Four of Cups, it can also be complaining. So moving away from anybody who's constantly complaining or distracting you from what it is that you want to create. And you're being divinely guided on your journey, especially with this Temperance card and your outcome. So what is this Four of Cups? Four of Cups can also be like emotionally drained. And the Seven of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. Well, the Seven of Pentacles can be you sitting in a place of contemplation of that, who do I want to invest in? What is worth investing in? Should I scrap this idea? What's coming with me? And what do I really need to release and let go? So there's something about you cleaning house, and this could actually be cleaning house. But that Seven of Pentacles could be something that you have invested in for a long time. There's still kind of an attachment to it. So what is this Four of Wands? Four of Wands can also be news, celebration, or like relocating and moving, longing for home. It's almost like homesick for a place that you haven't been yet, okay? And the Nine of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Well, the Nine of Swords is frustration, restlessness, anxiety, and worry. But the Nine of Swords can also be analysis paralysis. So thinking and stressing about a person, a situation, to the point where you could paralyze yourself in thought. And it's really hard to take action. It is also thinking worst case scenario of like, what if I release and let go of this job career that I've been in? What if nothing better happens for me? Well, you won't know until you try. So this Eight of Cups in your focus, moving away from any kind of angst or worry. And the Ten of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. So this could be walking towards more fulfillment, happiness, or relationships that are more uplifting and positive, and moving yourself away. Or maybe this is you. You've been investing in being very nitpicky, or there's somebody around you who is a negative Nancy, a Debbie Downer. So no matter what you do or how much you invest in this person, they're never happy. It's because they don't know how to create their own emotional happiness, especially with the Four of Cups. That's emotionally withdrawn. The Eight of Cups is, there's no emotion there. And then Ten of Cups can also be leaving some kind of commitment, connection that used to be rewarding, used to fulfill you, used to, satisfy you. And that returning to good health and healing, or financial recovery. So there could be something of a situation where you could lose money here in some kind of investment. Now, this could be any kind of contract because it's in your blockage. So there is something unfair, unjust, and not balanced. It means there's no equal give and take in here. And it also is tied to somebody karmic to you. So there has been something that's been going around and around in circles and nothing gets resolved. Okay, so what is this justice? And the moon. Major Arcana 4, Pisces. Also read that as Cancer. So the moon card, yes, could be secrets. I'm also getting something about the longing. So you're longing and desiring to do something differently here, but it's going to take bravery and strength to get out of your comfort zone. So something that used to be possibly balanced and fair, because justice is always equilibrium and clarity, but something here is not clear and it's not going to be straightforward. It's almost like walk the journey. Fantasy and illusion. This can also be fantasy, illusion, or a dream. Temperance. Let's look at this Temperance card. Temperance is about doing things with it, balance and moderation. It means not overextending yourself, not overexerting yourself, and finding outlets. This is about your physical body and harmony. So if you feel like you have been a little bit off your rocker, or let's just say that your emotions have been taking over a circumstance or situation, this is about the regulating your harmony, your happiness, your peace, and physically, emotionally, and spiritually pouring into you. What is this Temperance? And the Seven of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Okay. Well, the Seven of Cups is having a lot of choices and options. But when you're looking at this, not everything that glitters is a golden opportunity. I'm also getting just the roller coaster of high and low emotions. And this could be coming from inside of you. So learning how to become emotional intelligent. It means, like, let's just say a situation comes up and I don't know, some kind of fight that is redundant between you and another person, and you emotionally react to that person, or it triggers you, you pull yourself out of alignment of your true self. It is also a scenario that's bringing out the worst in you than the best in you. So there is something about compromise, and you are nobody's second option. You're either number one, or I'm not investing in this, because this could also be somebody who has mixed feelings, mixed emotions towards you, but this can also be procrastination, fantasy, limerence, fantasizing and daydreaming of what it is that you want, but there's something about needing to express it. Nine of Swords is not talking. Justice card is like, let's talk about this. But there's something about your autopilot, or you've been running unconsciously in something that has been comfortable, but it's not comfortable anymore. Okay, so what is this Four of Cups and Seven of Pentacles? And the Five of Pentacles. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. So the Five of Pentacles is scarcity in some kind of investment or money. This could also be a situation where you're like, I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, you know, feeling ashamed or shaming your body. So this can also be a situation where there is codependency in some kind of circumstance, relationship, but it's actually draining you than it is making you happy. Five of Pentacles can also be something about an energy leech, or somebody here feels sorry for themselves. So we are all in this together. So if you feel like, boo-hoo, poor me, somebody come save me, nobody is coming. So you need to gather up your strength here. And fear is just an illusion. What you fear is what sets you free. So investing in things that are more rewarding and uplifting and impact you in a positive manner, or are uplifting and fulfilling relationships. Anything that is draining you, or if you have been helping somebody, because Five of Pentacles can be, like mental health, ill health, depressed feelings, like bottling up your feelings, sucking down your feelings, right? This could be mental health, ill health. This can also be deceit and betrayal. What am I not seeing? Four of Wands and Nine of Swords. Needing more rest, needing more sleep. This has something to do with your foundation and stability. And the Lovers. Major Arcana 4, Gemini. Well, the Lovers is change in heart, change in direction, and some kind of union that binds you to another situation, moving away from the drain of some kind of investment. So what has been draining your time, money, energy, and focus? So if you keep focusing on crap or a crappy person, shish will grow. But if you start focusing on more positive influences, or, you know, being like more of a detached, so it's almost like detaching from things that have been bringing you down. And this Lovers card is about truth, authenticity, and conversation. Somebody here is worried about this conversation. Eight of Cups is also, maybe you have been using escapism. Escapism is good when it's temporary, but you can't always use escapism as something of therapy. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just escape this. I'll just run away from this problem and it will go away. It's not going to go away until you address it. So either you're worried and desperately clinging on to somebody on an investment because you think they have a change of heart, or this is you. So what is this? Eight of Cups and Ten of Cups? And the Sun. What's been hidden in the dark comes to light. But this is also freedom, freedom, and freedom from some kind of commitment or connection. I'm also getting something about influences. So let's just say that you're like, you know what? This isn't a job for me anymore. I used to find satisfaction, but you are hiding this, right? You are hiding this, that you can't stand this job, or you can't stand where you live. You hate it, right? You're hiding it because it's in the blockage, right? It's some kind of contract. But the Sun is illumination, things coming out into the light. Truth, happiness, fulfillment, walking towards fulfillment, and relationships that are influencing you in a positive way. Now, when I go back to the Ten of Cups, this could also be worried about what your family thinks of you, worried about what your friends think of you. You have somebody who is, you know, draining something in finances. Like, the longer you stay, the more it's going to suck you down, okay? So what is this Justice and the Moon? The Moon is also hidden enemies. So pay attention to the 5 people who are in your life the most. And the Six of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Well, the Six of Cups is reminiscing when times were good, when times were fun, when times were easy. It feels like you want to go back to when times were easy, when times were fun, and play. You want to play. You want to skip down the road, act silly, and not give a shish. That's what you want to do. But with the Six of Cups also, this is emotional immaturity. So either you have some kind of emotional immaturity that has been stunted as, you know, let's just say your 17-year-old self. So you've been running on autopilot this whole time. And let's just say you're whatever, 30, 40, 50, it doesn't matter. So how can you be more emotionally intelligent? Or something about like finding a place of this imbalance in emotions. Because when you allow either your thoughts to run the show or your emotions to run the show, how are you going to get anywhere? There needs to be more action, right? So where is the wands, which is creativity, passion, the fire, the va-va-va-voom, you know? Six of Cups is secretly desiring a past person. I want to go back to the past, but you can't. So it's like you're hiding this Six of Cups. I'm also getting something about children. Immaturity. An imbalance and immaturity, and then the moon card is comfort zone. So you've stayed way too long in a circumstance, in a relationship, in a job, and you know it, but you're hiding it. What is this? Temperance and Seven of Pentacles. So getting out there, moving your physical body, taking your breaks at work, meal prepping, and not getting distracted on what this person is doing, on what that person is doing, on what the external noise is telling you to do, and compromise. So there's something about compromising your feelings. And the Four of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Okay, so the Four of Cups is emotionally withdrawn from anything that is keeping you around as an option, okay? So if you're not number one in the scenario or circumstance, you will know, because this person will show up every single day. That's their intentions, okay? Four of Cups is also you are too distracted on all the things going wrong that you don't see the opportunity to see something better here. And this can also be something about a mother, like negative Nancy, Debbie Downer, and bored. This is boredom. So let's just say that you are bored in a job, or you are bored just in life. You're looking for somebody to come in and entertain you. That's not going to happen. So there's something about reigniting your passion to find the fire inside of you. This can also be an alarm bell, right? Like something waking you up, showing you your connections. And then the Four of Cups and the Four of Cups together is the Eight of Cups, is moving away from energy drain, energy vampire, or anything like that that is sucking you down in some kind of investment. And then there also is somebody is bored and is keeping their options open. But I'm also getting something about procrastination. You've been procrastinating and dragging your feet for a long time. Therefore, it's so easy to just complain about the problem, right? But complaining about the problem doesn't solve the problem, but taking action does. What is required of you is to speak your voice. Hear my voice. I'm not happy here. Okay, so if you're not happy here, what are you going to do about it? We have to get out of your comfort zone. So, and you're like, oh, but I can't do that. I'm afraid. Because that Nine of Swords is, I'm afraid, I'm paralyzed in thought. But not all the thoughts that you think are accurate. So there's something about, 90% of the time, or you're thinking worst case scenario, but worst case scenario doesn't happen. You choose to be happy. It's a choice. You can choose to be miserable, to walk around in misery, in blame and shame, this person and that person, for where you've ended up in life. Or you can say, you know what? I'm no longer tolerating this boring routine. I'm going to spruce up my resume and I'm going to hand it out and I'm going to walk down the road and I'm going to feel the freedom and find things that are more rewarding. That's on you. Every single person who is an adult, because this is man-child, right? In the blockage, man-child to woman-child, or something to do with childhood. So this is your upbringing. So let's just say that family and friends are influencing you to invest in something that makes you sick, right? You have to stand up to your family. It's almost like being in a cult, right? And this happened to my cousin because my cousin kind of grew up in some kind of, situation where at 16 years old, his family said to him, well, we're going to, whatever they do as make a full commitment of what you're going to go down this path. So at 16 years old, that's a lot of pressure for a child. So that's how they keep you stuck. Not saying that your family is keeping you stuck, but your family could be keeping you stuck. The Joker plays silly games, can be emotionally immature, lands into trouble, unreliable sources, wears costumes for work, clowns kids, and parties. So, the Joker. So, I'm also getting something about play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. Or if this person plays stupid games, you can remove yourself from it. Just be like, nope, this is boring. Your games are boring. The obnoxious one, loud and boisterous, can be a lot to handle, speaks with no filter, can trigger and annoy others, may dress loudly or vividly, may be inconsiderate or rude. So who's the obnoxious one around you? Get somebody in the home as well, or in family. So it's like, I don't want to be around this person, right? The crybaby feels sorry for themselves, emotionally manipulative and spoiled, immature man-child and woman-child, wants it all their way only, feels and acts like a victim. So boo-hoo, boo, boo, boo-hoo, poor me, right? And so that needs to be dissolved. So transmute the energy as much as possible. I'm not blaming you. There could be somebody around you who's doing it to you. Boo-hoo. Well, why don't you want this relationship? Boo-hoo. Well, because it benefits them. It doesn't benefit you. It's draining the shish out of you. You just have to be honest, right? Because I sat in this for a long time. I did a lot of complaining. I thought, complaining about my job, and I complained about this, and I complained how fat I was, and I complained about everything. It got me nowhere. So what got me somewhere was by taking action and being like, you know what? Instead of me complaining about the job I hate, I'm just going to spruce up my resume and find out what's going to happen. And it says, make an effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you were guided to take. So this is about you putting yourself out there more, right? So you've almost been or haven't dated in a long time, especially with the Six of Cups. You're still totally entangled in an old identity. Your identity can shift. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So, people that grow up, and this happens in cultures, I see it as well. No offense to anybody's culture. I'm not attacking it. But I find that, I obviously, have my own space and place, but people are really surprised that I have my own space and place, like that I don't live under my mom and dad's roof. I won't have my own identity if I keep living under my mom and dad's roof. That is still their rules. That is who they are. So do you really have your own identity, right? So healing family issues benefits your love life. So what your mom and dad did might not be something that you're going to be doing in the future, but it's still keeping you like that old thought in the past, right? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So either you have somebody who is struggling financially, and that's why you can't get out of a situation, or you're struggling financially, even though you want to exit. You wanted to exit this, like the milk has expired over and over and over again. So who wants to drink curdled milk? But there also could be somebody who is a big spoiled man-child, woman-child crybaby, who is either struggling with family issues, and you go in there and go, oh, it's okay. Yeah, you're going to get over your family healing. That's on them to heal. You don't have to run in there and be their mommy, okay? Or their daddy. Mommy, daddy issues, they need to figure it out. While you're going to figure out your mommy, daddy issues, I'm going to go out and have fun because I'm allowed to. But you also have the codependency. So there's still something going old and something coming new, and you get to choose. You get to choose your reality every single day. So if you don't like where you are on your path, or in a work scenario, a friendship, a family dynamic, you can remove yourself from that. And then if you make an excuse, your excuses will keep you stuck. And that is just, how I had to learn. I had to learn this as well. Dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion and or hair, okay? Clouds, temporary situation. Everything is temporary in life. Everything. You don't own your anything. Everything is temporary. So when you know everything is temporary in life, you're not going to be so fixated or attached to outcomes. Because when you're fixated or attached to outcomes of how it should go and how it should look, you'll be disappointed every single time, because there's something about like the fantasy in the dream. And the fantasy in the dream could work out, but I feel like it's more of, it's not working out, right? And so that's about the unconscious autopilot coming to awareness of consciousness. Being consciously aware of your own actions and consciously aware, and stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. Stop giving people the free ride. Stop making excuses and just do what you want to do. And it says man, dealings or relationship with a man. Chain of events that will affect your life. Well, in the blockage is the Justice card. The Justice card is about cause and effect. Cause and effect. Actions have consequences, whether they're negatively impacting you or positively influencing you. So is this positively influencing you or negatively impacting you? And the chain of events, what will affect your life, it means going forth, is this positively affecting me or negatively affecting me? Every time something negatively affects you, move away from it, withdraw from it, go do something else in your life. And problems to be resolved. How do we solve a problem? Well, we don't complain about the problem, because complaining gets you nowhere. You're just going to marinate in that thought. But taking action. What steps do I need to take to get myself out of this expired system? Whatever system this is. Kangaroo, unsettled times need a plan ahead. Okay, so plans in motion and write stuff down. And then you have here, rabbit, too much concern with sexy time. So you have somebody here who might be, attached to you, or you think that this is a relationship because you guys have great sex. That is not a relationship, because there's no emotions attached to it. There's also nothing grounded, right? So something about taking root and more creative. It almost feels like you lost yourself on a path for a very long time, going down somebody else's idea of what they wanted for a relationship. But you have evolved and changed over time. Now you're just sitting in marinating at the bottom right here of being secretive and quiet about what you wanted. your dream as a child of what you wanted. Can you fulfill that yourself? Yes. But you still have to take action. Cancer, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how this resonates with you. Like, share, subscribe. And if you want to book a private reading with me, you can also do so in the description box below. Click on the link. It will take you to the website and you can check out the options there. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.